And we are underway for Season 4 of F1 in Australia.
This was not supposed to happen.
Yes. Oh my god, let's go!
And I fucking got it!
And it's really a huge curveball in the championship. Thanks for coming, guys.
I've got a lot to say about that.
420 Mac Music hasn't put a foot wrong today, crosses the line and wins in Greece.
Drive wins!
What the?
This was honestly an amazing way to show our critics that we have the potential and that we'll definitely be up there.
And after a very long wait, we're off and away in Britain. Looks like a good start for Dakar. He's going to want to try and get ahead of Critical Noob off the line.
10 seconds behind the leaders. It's going to be Miggy. He's in last place right now. He's just starting that first DRS zone as the rest have finished it.
Indominus Rex has managed to make their way up into second place. The gap between P1 and P2 has come down ever more. Now 0.6 seconds between ProfessorBloxxer and Matt, and 0.7 seconds between ProfessorBloxxer and Dakar. So the two brand stars here are really going to try and form a pincer movement on the lone Aston Martin out in front and try and get the first and second positions for themselves. But as we go through the final corner, ProfessorBloxxer still seems to be leading the race quite strongly as well. That gap might even get bigger, and it does. The gap expands by 0.03 of a second between the Aston Martin and the brand star. Kaikera holds the fastest lap of the race, which he set on medium tyres, and he's leading by 2 seconds now. If he can fend off Dakar and ProfessorBloxxer, he has a very good chance at getting this win. As long as Kaikera is behind a back marker, he's going to be getting DRS, which will offset the advantage that Dakar will be getting, who got an absolutely storming exit out of that corner. Look at that.
Yeah,
they're now neck and neck. What on earth happened there?
Oh man, he's already passed him too.
Look at this! Into the final turn on the track, turn 12. Dakar gets into the lead of the race right before the start-finish line by 2.5 tenths of a second. Dakar now down the starting grid. You'll see it. There he is. There's the finish line, and it's Dakar who crashes on the line and wins the race. And after a very long wait, we are off and away in Hungary. Dakar leads off of the line. Critical Noob is coming across, and Matt's got up into second place. Going into turn 1, the long right-hander, car number 1 is still in position, got number 1, but not for long. There's a big bunch up now going into the first DRS zone. Kaikera's made their way up into second place. Dancer Hajek has made their way up into third, and it looks as if Kaikera's leading down into turn 5. Is he? Yes, he is.
Carriage is getting a sizable lead. It almost looks like he's Dakar right now.
The Audi duo seem to have made their way up into second and third. Statics on debut for Audi in F1. They're meant to be one of their Formula 2 drivers.
No, please no.
Oh,
no.
not again.
No.
At this point,
if it disconnects, we're probably going to go off of this and give half points. Because there's no reason to continue the race off of 8 laps.
Yeah, there we go.
And there it is. Mazda has said no, that is it. He's calling it there.
Okay,
nope,
so
that's it. He's ending
race
it with
director's
half
word, it is half points.
Well, you know, Mazda, I mean, our first race in France, everybody kind of just fell apart, and we did really good to, with the car that we did have, to just salvage the points, take advantage of the chaos. And that's definitely what we want to do as a team, just take advantage of where everything else goes wrong for everyone, you know, survive under pressure and turn into that diamond. Definitely, I think France was a good race for us, but after that, it was kind of just a little bit downhill, just lack of chemistry with drivers, you know, team toxicity going both ways. So I definitely think that it was kind of time to make a change. I actually did sell the team. It was for a price like around 6K to 10K. I don't remember exactly, but I guess you could just say an undisclosed amount. specifics aren't really needed. At the end of the day, I think there was a better decision made. We'll see how it goes from here on out with that team, and we'll see what Fexalan does with it. But I definitely think that more importantly than money, that team slot is in better hands now.
My name is Fexalan, just a simple Ion creator, and I've been an Ion since season 3. The reason I bought the team is because I've always had a different philosophy to how to run an Ion team, and I've never been able to execute it under the ownership of other team owners because they were just using the normal philosophy that's been an Ion for so long. So owning the team was my only chance to prove that my own philosophy could actually make a team successful. ProDrive came to be after I've talked to a bunch of already made brands in the Roblox racing scene. It wasn't easy, it wasn't straightforward. There were the obvious answers like Fexalan Racing. After talking to a couple of people, especially Kaikira, he suggested that ProDrive, water department, the owner of the ProDrive brand in Row Racing, was always hoping for a racing team. So after talking to ProDrive owner, we managed to agree to name the team ProDrive, and he would help me out with managing the team and getting started out. The livery is mainly inspired by other ProDrive cars. Of course, it's gonna have a lot of different sponsors. That's mainly due to the philosophy I'm coming in with. I'm trying to implement how sponsors should be in Row Racing by having actual paying sponsors. So you're gonna see very unusual sponsors on the car, but those sponsors are actually real, or most of them are actually paying sponsors, which is the only difference from other liveries on the grid. But yeah, the livery will be mainly inspired by other ProDrive cars in other leagues. The two drivers I have signed are ProfessorBloxxer and Melodic Adrian. ProfessorBloxxer is a driver I've always thought about signing and wanted to sign because of his consistency as an engineer in Ion. I've always wanted a driver that can be so consistent at all times, and seeing someone like Professor, it would just make me drool thinking about collecting data for a driver that was so consistent. Melodic Adrian, on the other hand, is a driver that I know to be so quick. I've worked with him closely in Ferrari, and I know what he can achieve, so I hope he can help us achieve a decent position, at least get us some points to be in a comfortable position.
After Hungary, sometime I think Fexalan was in my DMs. He messaged me saying if I was curious if I wanted to drive for ProDrive, and I just kind of jokingly asked him why should I drive for him, like what reason, and he said he was going to offer a contract with money involved, so that got me really interested. So yeah, I mean, if I'm going to do something that I really enjoy doing, and I might as well get paid for it, so I think there was some controversy with me betraying AMR, but that's not how it was at the time, because I also talked to infantry in the team. They were very supportive of me, so it wasn't anything like that. I think I was just taking an opportunity that was there for me, and it was in my best interest to do so.
When I first saw Fexalan and Ion, I had some dislike against him because of his YouTube channel, and I thought it was geared towards little kids and kind of made Ion represented bad. But after getting to know him and seeing the work he's put in, I know that he's actually a very capable team owner, and he's definitely going to help grow the league. So I think it's great that he has a team, and it's going to be a difficult team to compete with, so we'll see where that goes. Professor's been at Aston Martin since season 1, if I remember correctly, and worked his way up to become a main driver, and ever since then has been performing well with the team. So it's very sad to see him go, but he's definitely done his time here, and I can't be mad because I want what's best for his career. And if that's at a different team, then that's good for him, and I just hope to see him get some more podiums and hopefully win a race.
It was less difficult than what I would have expected. As soon as there was salary on the table, I think he was very interested in joining. Not to say that he's only motivated by money, of course he's motivated by success as a driver. I think offering him the money plus showing him that I can be capable of giving him the perfect environment to compete very well, it made it very easy to sign him and very motivated to join the team.
Hello everybody, welcome back to some Ion F1 action. We're in the United States.
Okay, I want to interrupt you real quick. Can we talk about that incredibly long slipstream train that was just right there behind him? A bunch of the cars just crashed out as well. I saw a BMW crash out, an Aston Martin, or maybe it was an Aston Martin, but damn, that was an incredible train of slipstreaming drivers.
Oh, there is Fernand, who is sliding and going into the wall.
They're all stopped. Everyone stopped. Traffic jam. Actually, I want someone just to fake go, and then just someone just peels into the pit lane.
Did anyone go after me? Yeah, they did.
They did. The strat.
Well, the train was definitely useful, and I had to make it work for me. And to do that, I had to trick them all into going before me, and I was at the end of the queue. So I just overtook everyone, did a U-turn, and there you go. I had a whole bunch of cars ahead of me, giving me a very good slipstream for the remainder of the whole lap.
Let's look at these qualifying times real quick. We see DeCaren first, obviously.
Yeah, over a second.
Interestingly enough, look at ProDrive. ProfessorBloxxer and Melodic Adrian taking second and fourth, and Fenn and Jester with Lamborghini taking third. Kaikara taking fifth, understandably.
Here come on the lights if you've got it. Dakar on pole. ProfessorBloxxer on the right, and the lights go out very quickly. We're off and away in the USA. Coming around turn 1 now. Who's got the better start? What have they learned from the first start? Dakar's coming around on the inside. Fenn and Just is moving up. I can see the other pro drive with Melodic Adrian in there as well. ProfessorBloxxer's really on Dakar's tail in here. I can't see Kaikara. They got a brilliant start last time out. Here comes the E-Spirit of Jogsy. They've launched quite well. Space Ghost has gotten a good start, and people have gone wide yet again.
Oh no!
Can't even see the cars behind. He's got such a big lead. 4.3 seconds
that's
now.
At least...
No, there's another crash. Red Star's out. That's
Space Ghost.
Oh, we have a spin. Mummy.
That's Mummy for Uprise.
There it is.
Kaikara's out of the race. Kaikara is out of the race. This is going to be no points for Kaikara today. Dakar has a brilliant chance now to take the lead of the championship.
Ah, fuck.
No.
Fuck. Yeah. Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah.
I crashed.
He fucking yeeted it into the wall. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. What? Did you just hit the chicane?
No. I
What
lost the rear end. That's why I didn't run the hards.
Ah.
Ah, fuck. It's all over. Well, I was a bit disappointed because the team had put in a lot of work up until that point, and they were still there, so it's really carrying the hopes of the team. And when you crash, you feel like you've let everyone down. So it's not an enjoyable feeling.
Someone to talk about is the Uprise of Mummy. They've just got up to 5th, and they've got the fastest lap. Where on earth does that come from?
Is this the redemption arc of Uprise? Are we seeing this at America? Somebody on the road course, if somebody's pitting and somebody's behind them on the road course, I feel like they'd actually be able to catch up to them because of how fast these sections are. Fernand still fighting with the Uprise team. Seems as though Audi's going to be able to try to get up ahead.
ProfessorBloxxer just took the inside line there through turn 2. Seems like he may have got a bit of a better exit. There's side by side with Dancer Hayek here coming into turn number 4. Out of turn 3, around to the left in turn 5. Dancer Hayek keeps that position, second position for the Audi, but they go onto the grass. That's not going to give them any time at all. That gives ProfessorBloxxer an excellent opportunity to get the slipstream behind the Audi, have the better pace advantage, and try and get ahead. It looks like they may have managed to get a move done. They're neck and neck coming through the middle sector, and they're pretty much shared on positions here. 11.204, 11.304 for the two cars, and it looks like Dancer Hayek nearly went out onto the grass pass again. This battle is so intense for second place on the podium. Dancer Hayek's in the pits. ProfessorBloxxer is in the pits. Fans in the pits. These three are battling for P2. If someone here can get a much better exit than one of the other drivers, then they could easily switch positions here. It was Dance, Professor, and Fernand. What's the order coming out? ProfessorBloxxer gets a much quicker pit stop there, and he seems to be ahead of Fernand. Or is Fernand ahead? It's really hard to see. This is Dancer Hayek.
I think Real Rick Astley might be able to get some advantage. He's going to be right behind Dakar. When he gets into the slipstream, he might be able to get the slipstream off Dakar and try to catch up with some of these drivers.
I'm just looking at the timing tower here. Dancer Hayek is 35.55 seconds behind the leader. He was about 10 seconds behind the leader. Dakar, when he came into the pits, that's 25 seconds lost.
BMW is not pitting. Indominus is not going to pit.
Indominus is still going. Critical Noob comes in. Indominus Rex takes the lead of the USGP.
Oh man, Dakar's actually catching up to Indominus so hard right now. Oh my goodness.
Indominus Rex hasn't done the P2 train much favours here, to be honest, because all he's managed to do is give Dakar a slipstream to get past the BMW car. And Indominus Rex does come into the pits, and they put on a nice set of soft tyres. I can see what BMW are trying to do there. Real Mickey
my goodness, Dakar almost scraped that wall, and I was about to have another heart attack. But he was able to make the pass on Real Rick Astley, now lapping him. What's this fight going on? It's the Crake, McLaren, and Easter. It seems as though there's now a fight for 8th place because the Crake is about to get passed by either the E-Spirit or the McLaren.
Dakar disconnects from the race! There's a yellow flag! Dakar must have crashed somewhere. A yellow flag's been triggered and it's gone to green. Dakar's probably rage quitted. Dakar is out of the USGP. The two title contenders have DNF'd in the same race.
Quite disappointing. For context, I'm not responsible for my crash. If you can see the replay of my POV, I've hit a bump which lifted my rear tires and I couldn't do anything at this state, and that's what happened to Kaikira as well, if you can see his POV. It's actually super obvious that I kept the pace on, I kept the hammer down and kept pulling fast lap every single, not every single lap, but my pace was really strong and I didn't even let off, which is the main reason for the crash. If you forget about the bumps, it was pretty much an easy victory because I was pulling away even with the slipstream, so I was quite happy with my performance. Easily one of my best performance in season 4, because USA is a very wide track and it's pretty dependent on the racing line you take and on how you manage the race. So fuel, ERS, and probably DRS if you're betting with someone, and the tires as well, of course. So very strong performance here.
In terms of the Drivers' Championship, it was better than having finished second in the race with Dakar winning the race, but overall I'm satisfied.
The gap for the lead is 0.2 seconds. Dance versus Fern versus Critical Noob. This has suddenly become one of the most exciting races of the season. Dancer Hayek spins. He's out of contention for the win. Yes, this is a great race for Red Star. This is a great race for Aston Martin.
The last lap. If anything's going to happen, it'll be right now.
This is an even better day for ProDrive. Fexalan bought the team from Mazda. He said he wanted to turn it around.
Fexalan is screaming his mind out right now. He must be on stream right now just yelling.
ProfessorBloxxer, he wins our debut for ProDrive!
ProDrive wins!
Yes, let's fucking go! Yes. Oh my god, let's go! Finally! Oh my god, Professor! Let's go, you got your win! Oh my god!
There is no way!
Oh my god, that's so intense!
There is no way!
By 10th of a second.
This is not real.
Let's go! Good job, Professor!
This is not real.
Let's go!
Oh, you did amazing on the
I refuse to believe this is real.
Oh my god!
I refuse to fucking believe
this. Oh my god, P1, let's go!
Yeah, still a great podium.
It's okay, we got you. Good job.
Oh my god. My heart is absolutely dying.
Oh, wins!
This is the closest finish ever.
Is this it? Is this it? Are we
Yes,
done?
yes, you did it! P4, let's go!
It's not too often where I find myself in a situation where I can win. It wasn't until I started the first sector of the last lap that I realized that this is on the table and that this is possible, and that's when I kind of started shaking a little bit, so it was kind of hard to focus and not kind of make an incorrect input on your steering or something like that. When I realized I won the race when Fexalan started screaming in the mic.
It was as exciting as it can get, if I'm being honest. Like, what can you do better than a win and a fastest lap in a race? Like, that was enough to secure us at least out of the elimination zone, which is what we were mostly worried about. And I'm just very happy we're out of that zone. And thankfully, we're gonna be fighting for higher positions in the championship if the team keeps up this consistency, or at least we can improve a little bit and have both drivers finish next races.
Now, I said I wished the race was going to be memorable, and while we weren't able to win, the least I got was having that wish fulfilled. Because even though we didn't win, Lance was able to get in the top 10, and I think the race itself and how it was won is going to be enough of a happy ending.
Happy? Yeah, because Professor deserves it. I know Prof very slightly, but from every interaction I had with him, he seems like a cool, nice guy, so I was definitely happy for him. Obviously, I wasn't happy for myself, but I'm happy that Prof won.
I'm happy for Professor, of course. He waited a long time for that win. But it's really hard to be happy for someone who just took your first win.
Well, as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end.
The final corner! Here comes the care! Going down the stretch as the fireworks are about to hit!
With the scandal, I think it's time that I finally take some responsibility.
I don't have anything else to add on this matter.
Let me think. Why did you purchase Mazda? Well, first of all, money.